Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, Michaela is singing, which means we are back in the lobby bar for the week of December the 1st, 2025. Brian and Michaela here with you. And we have made it into December now, right? Thanksgiving was last week. Hopefully, everyone listening out there enjoyed some friends and family time if you were celebrating Thanksgiving, at least here in the US. If you were elsewhere, hopefully, you had a nice week. You know, it's settled in, maybe put up some decorations for the upcoming holiday season, bundled up. It was really cold here, but we actually got to spend a little bit of time together this weekend, Michaela, and we mixed up
Mm,
our annual batch of eggnog.
we did. We did. It's such a fun tradition that we do now at Drink the Movies. And it's always what I loved about this year's particularly was that both of us didn't even really need to talk about it and was like, well, so we're doing the eggnog. Who's bringing what? How's that happening? Instead of like, should we do the eggnog again this year? It was just this unspoken thing. The real question was if we were gonna like do three batches or two batches or eight batches or and
Right.
how we were gonna store these and I still have a little bit like we're talking maybe like 3 ounces of the 2022 batch, and I'm wondering if it's still good. Any
Ooh,
healthcare professionals out there that know a little bit about how this works? Because it looks fine, it smells fine.
I don't
Will it
know.
kill
Yeah.
me if I try it? I don't know. We'll see.
If we have any eggnog experts out there or medical professionals, do not take our advice on this for sure. But you should take our advice as far as making some eggnog. We actually covered it in the very first episode of Drink the Movies. So you can go to the website drinkthemovies.com, look at the episodes, literally the first one right there, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That was the first one. Go get the recipe. You can listen to the episode if you want to see how we did in episode number 1 as we're closing in on our 250th episode here very shortly. So check that out. Make some eggnog. Let us know how you take your eggnog, what spirit do you like in it? We use all the spirits in ours, to cover all of our bases. But if you have a favorite, let us know that. But I do have maybe a new favorites here going into the winter season. This is perfect for a party because you can do this a couple of ways, and it's going to make a lot of fans along the way, I think. So I found a recipe. It comes from the Spruce Eats, where a lot of recipes that we talk about here in the lobby bar come from, because the Spruce Eats seems like they have their act together when it comes to these like themed, pretty simple cocktails to put together. This is called the White Cosmopolitan. Michaela, we've talked about the Cosmo a couple of times. I think even on the lobby bar here just a couple weeks ago, we dove into it a little deeper. The Cosmo, I think we're both on record as saying that that is not our favorite drink, but I think a White Cosmo might be one of my new favorite drinks.
Oh yeah, White Cosmo. The first time I was introduced to a White Cosmo was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was this time of year. It was cold outside, and some bar I went to was like, "Oh, we've got this brand new White Cosmo. It's like this really beautiful looking kind of like white drink. It's like a softer version, supposedly, of the Cosmo. They garnish it with like cranberries, so it's really festive looking. It looks like like a snow sleet, like fresh snow in a glass. It's really lovely.
Mhm.
And and there's a couple of different ways you make it, just like a Cosmo, right? But I would say this is way better than a regular Cosmo, hands down, in my opinion. And I love pink drinks, you know that. But I think the Cosmo, maybe my taste buds are just overstimulated by the Cosmo. I think that something like this is going to be much more, I don't know, akin to the festivity of the season, but also it's just, I don't know, it's just nicer. It's a nicer flavor for me.
It is a nicer flavor for you, and it is a nice appearance too. Like you mentioned, it's kind of frosty looking in the glass, which is beautiful. And however you want to make these, you want to do the following. If you have some fresh cranberries, go ahead and put 3 of those onto a little toothpick. Dust those with some sugar and use that to garnish your drink. So let's make up just the straight up white cosmopolitan, and then I want to talk about a couple of the variants you can
Mm.
make that I think are going to be perfect for this time of year to appease a whole crowd with the handful of ingredients we have here. So into your shaker tin goes 1.5 ounces of citrus vodka. Generally, that means like a lemon vodka. Some are marketed as citrus that have like a blend of like orange, lime, and lemon to them, but kind of dealer's choice, whatever you want to use, and you could probably get away with just using some plain old vodka if that's all you have. But 1.5 ounces of that, a half ounce of elderflower liqueur. Saint Germain is the big one, but you can find several others out there now. and then 1 ounce of white cranberry juice, and just a quarter of an ounce of lemon juice, just to kind of cut through that cranberry juice sweetness a little bit. Go ahead and shake that in your shaker tin with some ice, and then strain it into an extremely well chilled. Put it out in the snow, your martini glass, and then bring it in. You can top that off, and then throw your sugar-covered cranberries in there to garnish. Sip and enjoy. That's delicious. That's delicious. That is straight up White Cosmo, Michaela. But we have some options here because maybe you're having some kids and they want to have a fancy martini-looking something, right? So in that case, of
Mm-hmm.
course, you pull out the elderflower liqueur. You don't need that. You don't need the citrus vodka necessarily, but you could use a little bit of either lemonade. You could use a little bit of Sprite. You could use, kind of anything there with the white cranberry juice, maybe a little bit of the lemon juice just to cut through that sweetness a little bit. It's going to get you right there, right? A nice little mock martini kind of thing for kids. Maybe you want a mocktail for adults. So as follows, instead of your citrus vodka, you're going to up the lemon juice a little bit. Instead of the elderflower liqueur, you're going to use some elderflower tonic. And now you have an elderflower tonic and white cranberry. That sounds really good, actually. Definitely interested in trying that. And maybe you want to just do the vodka tonic treatment. Swap out the elderflower liqueur for that elderflower tonic, and then you got the vodka tonic white cranberry juice. That sounds lovely too. What do you think? Any of these variants striking your fancy? You have a kiddo at
It,
home. How about the martini angle?
yeah, I
The
like them. I like,
mock
yeah, the
teeny.
mocktaini. I think that sounds really great, actually. Because you could do instead of if you really are in love with the idea of elderflower, you could switch it out for elderflower tonic for sure. But also elderflower syrup you can find
Syrup.
almost anywhere. Um, and that'll add some sweetness that so you're going to want to think about your lemon juice content when you're doing that because you want that to stay really balanced. But yeah, absolutely, this sounds great. I think that would be so fun too because then you have like a kids version and you have like an adult version and no one's the wiser. It just looks like everyone's having a great time in like a white Christmassy festive like way. I love that. I love
That's true.
that.
Make sure you mark your glasses so no one is grabbing the wrong one. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
love I,
did.
I love this because you can do the straight up one. You could do the mocktail for kids. You could do a mocktail for adults. Do whatever you want there. Absolutely. So what else are people doing? Whatever they want. Whatever they want is to go see Zootopia 2, which had just a stunning opening weekend here over Thanksgiving, pulling in close to $100 million here in the United States. Depends exactly on how you calculate the weekend there with the holiday on Thursday, but internationally does like over $400 million. Apparently, China is back to the US box office. I don't know what changed there, but Zootopia 2 already over $5.5 million here in its opening weekend, which is absolutely insane. Wicked for Good coming in second there. Very strong. Second weekend, $62.8 million. Now You See Me Now, You Don't, Predator, Badlands, and The Running Man round out the top five. Zootopia, probably going to have to see, Michaela, because A, Zootopia, the first Zootopia is amazing, and B, it's probably going to be nominated for an Oscar, so we're going to need to get out and see that here this week. Michaela, we have a couple of things coming out, and I want to hear what your thoughts are on these because we have some things. We have like a whole gambit of things this week. We have tickets to go see Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. That's coming out, right? That's like the
Yeah.
double feature of Kill Bill. I'm very excited
Yeah.
to see that. I've never seen it on the big screen. We talked about that in our hangout last week with our patrons. So you can go check that out on patreon.com/drink the movies. But we have some other stuff coming out I want to run by you here. We've got Five Nights at Freddy's Part 2, which is the sequel to a film that did not review very well, but made like, I don't know, like $200 million. So, of course, they do that. That's based on the video game. We have Jay Kelly, which is getting a lot of Oscar buzz for one Adam Sandler. That stars Adam Sandler. It stars George Clooney. It stars Laura Dern. It is directed by Noah Baumbach. But do you know anything about this, Michaela? I only learned of it today, and it seems like it's something I should have learned about all along. Merrily We Roll Along is coming out to theaters this week, which is a Stephen Sondheim musical from 1981, which apparently bombed. And then it came back. It had like a revival with like Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff because he's in every musical that does well. And all these people. And this is, I guess, just like the live like cast recording of that revival thing coming out to theaters. I'm really interested in this all of a sudden, as of
Yeah. Oh
today.
yeah. For as of today, as of today years old when I found out about it, I'm now excited. Yes. So I'd heard, okay, so Jonathan Groff was in a bunch of musical kind of things that happened this year. So when we were in New York, he was in a play that, and I'm gonna say We Live in Time, but I don't think that's what it is. Um, but it was huge, and but it was like the second of like three things, and this was one of the three things that I had never heard of, that I had no idea about. It's a play from 1991. It's a musical from like 1991 or 1981, sorry. So it's older than us. So it's going to be really interesting to see, just because it's going to have Stephen Sondheim music, which means it's going to tug at the heartstrings. It's directed by Richard Linklater, who did Boyhood, which was that film that was filmed over 12 years.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, that Linklater film is not yet done. This is actually just a recording of the stage musical. It's not the actual like film adaptation,
Oh,
which I guess is coming as well. So yeah, we can definitely look at that. It looks like the Jonathan Groff thing there was just in time. Is what
just in
that was.
time. I was
What
close.
that
I
was.
was close.
Is what that was
But wait a
coming.
minute.
What that was.
So this is just the recording of the theater, like a Hamilton kind of thing?
Yeah, to my knowledge,
Oh
that
my
is
gosh, that makes
what it
me so
appears like,
happy.
like
That
the
makes me so
Hamilton.
happy. They did Rent that way. And a lot of people are hating on some of this, and I don't know. I'm struggling with it because some people are like, "Hey, we should keep theater in theater," but there's a lot of people who cannot afford these theater tickets. I don't know about you, but like Charlotte has an amazing theater program, but it ain't cheap to go see some of this stuff. So if you can see a live performance that has been taped, I still think you get a lot of the magic of going to the theater to see these stories. So I'm actually, I don't think I picked up on what you were saying at the beginning of this, but that sounds really cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the first one of those that I ever saw, actually, I think even before Hamilton, was Come From Away, which Apple TV put on there, which is an incredible Broadway musical, which I had never heard of, and then actually went on to see, as it was traveling off Broadway. And the only reason my wife and I went to see it was because we had watched the stage recording of it there. So that's pretty interesting. So we've got all that stuff coming out this week here as we're making our way into the holiday season, and basically everything is just kind of cooling its jets. A, because of Christmas shopping, and B, because Avatar is this monolith that is standing in everyone's way here in a couple of weeks. Last week we talked about Wicked for Good on the podcast. That was a really fun conversation with some pretty fun cocktails about a really good movie. And this week we are getting into the holiday season with The Shining, as you do. It is monumental. There is a lot of red and green. It is its anniversary, and it's one of the greatest films of all time. So hang out on Thursday. We'll talk about The Shining. We'll mix up a red rum punch, and that will be good. Over on Patreon, we are going to be doing a couple of things here again this month. It is the holiday season, so we're going to be talking about some holiday films over there on new kind of our new video formats over on Patreon. So we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be doing our hangout coming up here very soon on Patreon as well, that we do every month. We talk about cocktails, we talk about movies, we talk about the things we've been drinking, we talk about the things that the patrons have been drinking and watching, all that stuff. It's a really good time. You can go check that out. For more information, go to patreon.com/drinkthemovies. We appreciate our patrons over there so much. And you know what else I appreciate, Michaela? That is the White Cosmopolitan.
Yeah. So we're gonna mix up a few of these. Maybe a few more. We're gonna come up with some different variations for the mocktail versions, because I might be more excited for that than I am the alcohol version. Yeah, it got a lot of fun stuff going on with that. That's gonna be great.
That's right. Michaela's already in the mood for dry January. Just got to make it through the holidays first. So thank you for tuning in here to the Lobby Bar, and we'll talk to you soon.